Hi my lovely unicorns, it's DK and I'm back with another video for you today. Today I'm actually going to be covering 3 topics. I'm sorry, I have to take these off. The glare was horrible. One of them is Shemika Charles. If you don't know her, she's actually the young lady that's been going viral all over the internet with how insanely low she can go during Limbo. Yeah, I know. I had to find out her name. I didn't want to just refer to her as the girl doing Limbo. The second topic is going to be George Lopez. Yeah, I'm probably going to spend a little minute on that one. And the third topic will be Netflix and how they're adopting Dear White People and people's reactions to it. So let's get to it. So first topic, Shamika Charles. Now, I don't know if anybody has seen this or if anybody has seen any clips of her, but I suggest you look her up because I'm really not exaggerating. She really goes really low. Just the latest clip I've seen of her is going underneath a truck holding drinks. Like she went under an SUV holding drinks and she did not touch the ground at all. And it's really amazing because, you know, I can remember playing Limbo growing up and I was always out for the count after they lowered the bar 3 times. Like, that was it. So to see her to be able to go almost touching the ground and still not be able to touch the ground or still be able to keep herself lifted off the ground, that is amazing. So if anybody is following her or knows who I'm talking about, let me know if she has set any records, if she's been acknowledged for anything. I would love to know that, just in case I don't follow up with this story or if I forget to come back to this story. You are free to let me know in the comments or on my Facebook page. Let me know, like, if anybody has acknowledged her, because I think she should get acknowledged for that, because that is talent. Seriously, not everybody can do that. So yeah. Second topic, George Lopez. Now, I'm going to include the clip I'm going to include a link to the clip in the description. But long story short, he's at a show and I don't remember the entire joke. I don't even think I heard the entire joke. All I know is that it ended with, in the Latino community, you don't do 2 things, marry a black person or park in front of our house, like whatever. So my take on those lines, I just, because I have to talk about, I'm not gonna continue unless I talk about, my opinion on it. So my take on that joke, however, is, I really didn't get it. So, normally, if I'm confused by something, I just don't even give it any energy. Not saying that anybody offended by it is invalidated, because trust me, I am not one of those people that put people down for being offended at anything, rightfully so. Like, if that joke offended you, if you understood it though, and you were offended by George Lopez trying to say that, you have every right to be offended by that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, I just didn't get it. So I really didn't feel affected by it because I didn't understand where he was going with that. It kind of like fell flat to me. You know how you kind of like hear a rim shot and then it's just crickets afterwards? Like that was literally what happened in my head. Like, I didn't understand it, so I didn't give it any joke or any energy. It was what happened afterwards that caught my attention. So a woman, from what I could see in the video, she stood up and she was like, I guess giving him an L or whatever. And he immediately went the fuck in. Like, he didn't even like playfully brush it off at first, because from some accounts that I've heard, she was playing at first. That's not the official story, but I've heard from some people that she was just playing at first. It didn't get serious until he got hypersensitive. So I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, who doesn't get heckled? For goodness sake, like, Congress members heckled President Obama the entire time he was serving his term. Like, so I feel like as a comedian, it's literally your job to have thick skin, because not everybody is going to find you funny, and not everybody is going to sit there and just clap every time you tell a joke, right? That's literally the job. So for him, when she stood up, for him to immediately just be like, you know, sit the fuck down, you know, I'm talking bitch, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I know your feelings ain't hurt. Aren't you a comedian? Like, I know your feelings aren't hurt. Like, it's literally not my job to find, it's not my job to immediately find everything you say funny, right? It's your job to be funny to me. Like, you're the one with the job, not me. So when I see people in these kind of careers, and then they tell people who are supposed to be their patrons that, oh, you better have thick skin. No, I'm not getting paid. So I don't have to do shit, right? It's literally you, right? So I did not really agree with the verbal assault. And yes, I'm going to call it verbal assault, because for someone to not even attack you like that, and for you to just immediately go in like that, and then start with the name calling, and to start with the you know, oh, you know, blah, 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 and insulting somebody's character. Like, it's literally just a random ass person in the audience. You don't know her from a hole in the wall, and yet and still her standing up garnered that much. It roused you up that much to go in like that. It was weird, you know, especially to see a comedian, especially when people are offended by comedians. The people that find whatever asinine joke it is funny, their first defense is they're a comedian. You know, that their job is to do that, right? Don't be sensitive. What's the popular term these days? Snowflake. People in these dumb terms. But yeah, they'll literally defend the comedian and say, oh, that's their job. Don't be so sensitive, right? But it's like, well, is it really us being sensitive, or was it really that the joke just wasn't funny? And a lot of times we kind of just give comedians too much slack and just say, oh, it was just a joke. Well, I mean, if the joke falls flat, then it's not a joke. Or if the joke crosses a boundary, then it's not a joke no more. Like, it just wasn't funny. You know, you don't have to be mad, because not everybody's gonna find it funny. Not everybody's gonna find everything you say funny. So that's my take on that whole situation. I haven't really watched George Lopez or stand up or show. I haven't watched anything of his in years, and seeing that reaction, seeing him be so sensitive, it kind of reinforced why I don't watch him anyway. Come on, like, if you're in the job of comedy, and you're that sensitive, I don't think it was that she was in the wrong place if she's going to be offended. I think you're in the wrong profession if you go and get offended that easily just because someone didn't find your joke funny. You in the wrong profession. So that's all I got to say about that. I'm not even finna give that topic any more of my energy, just simply because I don't care particularly for George Lopez anyway. Last but not least, Dear White People. Now, I watched the movie, because this is actually, they're making it a show, but it was a movie a couple years back that I watched on Netflix, and I actually loved the movie. I loved the message, and if you have not seen that movie, please check it out. I highly recommend it. But for the most part, I thought the movie was spectacular. It addressed so many issues, you know, as far as race relations. It addressed how, you know, white people just necessarily, they have no problem using their privilege, but they don't necessarily want to acknowledge it. It also addressed the issue that a lot of black people have when they don't fit the typical standard of what a black person is. You know those types, you know, people that are what other people would call nerds, right? You know, those black people a lot of time feel out of place with all communities. So it addressed that. It addressed the conflict of being biracial. It addressed so much, and I loved it. So pretty much Netflix deciding to make this a show has offended a lot of white people. I even saw one tweet that said he said he was deleting his Netflix account because Netflix is supporting or promoting an anti-white show. I still to this day do not understand what anti-white is. I know it might come off as, I don't know what that could come off as to you, but for me, I simply do not understand the concept of anti-white. History literally has benefited you. So I don't understand what anti-white is. Like, what is that? To simply uplift one community does not put down another. So I really don't get that sentiment, anti-white. I never will, probably. So to see that, it kind of made me laugh. I was like, anti-white? I mean, if you truly believe anti-white is a real thing, then explain to me what it really means. Like, explain to me. And don't just say, oh, it's when you show hatred for white people. No. Simply giving information that is purely based on facts and factual information is really not hate. So, again, I need a real definition of what anti-white means, because I truly do not think it's a real thing, especially when it comes to these types of things. That being said, I just find it funny, though, that people are so offended by people expressing themselves. They're offended in certain situations, but not others. I think that is so backwards. I feel like if you're going to tell other people to shut up about one thing, then I feel like, why don't you practice what you preach and shut up about another thing, period. Like, if you're probably one of the main ones telling people, oh, you shouldn't be offended by this or that or this or that, then you yourself should never be offended by logic, right? I support Netflix. I have been a customer of Netflix since 2010. So I'm probably going to upgrade my account after this. Shoot. I am looking forward to this show. I'm going to watch it, most definitely. And honestly, I just hope people can come out of their comfort zone and give the show a chance. Like, I just think that there's no way we can get past the issues in society if we at least don't even try to understand each other's perspective. Just get out of your comfort zone and watch the show. You might actually learn something if you're open to it. Don't even waste anybody's time if you're not even open to it and you're just gonna watch it and just, twist everybody's words and hear whatever you want to hear. No, actually have an open mind and give the chance to show. Give the movie a chance. I kind of feel like you might be lost if you just go straight into the show and don't watch the movie. So give the movie a chance. Give the movie and the show a chance. Watch it. Just get out of your comfort zone and watch it. Because, you'll actually be surprised. It's not preaching hate at all. It is nothing hatred-based about that concept. So that's my opinion on that. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video. Please give this video a thumbs up. And feel free to share it. Again, you are more than welcome to comment. Tell me whatever things you want me to talk about. Tell me what you noticed. There might be some stories that I missed. There were a lot of stories I was browsing through, but none of them really interested me except these three. These three seem the most interesting today, so that's why I talked about them. But again, if I missed something and you thought, oh my God, I can't believe she missed that, just let me know what it is. I will look it up myself. And I will talk about it. That being said, that concludes this broadcast. Again, please subscribe and like this channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Love you. Take care, my unicorns.